13-year-old Tracy Freeland begins her school year as a smart and mild-mannered honors student at a middle school in Los Angeles. Her divorced mother, Melanie, is a recovering alcoholic who struggles to support Tracy and her older brother Mason by working as a hairdresser. Tracy feels ignored by her mother, who is too busy with her fellow ex-addict Brady to address Tracy's increasing issues with her body image. On the first day of 7th grade, Tracy encounters Evie Zamora, the most popular girl in Tracy's class. After being teased by Evie's crew for her Cabbage Patch clothes, Tracy is upset and decides to shed her little girl image. At a store owned by Melanie's friend, Tracy, much to her excitement, finds trendier clothes as Melanie offers a few dollars in loose change as payment. The following day, Tracy wears one of her new outfits to school. At lunch, she sits near and observes Evie and eventually sees Evie leave for the bathroom and follows her. Evie, seemingly realizing Tracy is following her, compliments Tracy's new outfit. Tracy in turn, compliments Evie. After a quick once-over, Evie invites Tracy to go shopping on Melrose Avenue in Hollywood, writing her phone number down on an address pad Tracy provides. Excited and hopeful, Tracy calls the number after school, but after 2 attempts, realizes that Evie gave her a fake phone number to prank her. Nevertheless, Tracy determinedly shows up on Melrose Avenue and meets with Evie and her friend Astrid. Evie and Astrid seem surprised and amused that Tracy showed up, laughing at her as soon as she arrived. Tracy witnesses the two shoplifting and excuses herself from the store. She sits outside on a bench, and moments later, a distracted woman sits beside her. The woman's purse falls open, revealing her wallet, which Tracy takes. She finds Evie and Astrid, and the three go on a shopping spree with the stolen money. When she arrives home, Tracy finds out Melanie invited Brady for dinner that night. Tracy and Evie eventually become inseparable. Evie introduces Tracy to her world of sex, drugs, and crime, much to Tracy's delight. She tells Melanie that Brooke, her adult cousin and guardian, is out of town for 2 weeks, and Melanie agrees to let her stay at her home with Tracy. While staying there, Evie discovers Tracy's cutting addiction. Although Melanie is concerned about the change in Tracy's behavior and worries about the extent of Evie's influence, she cannot find a way to intervene. Melanie attempts to send Evie home but reluctantly lets her stay after Evie claims her guardian's boyfriend is physically abusive. As Tracy and Evie become closer, Tracy shuts Melanie further out of her life and begins to disrespect her more. Evie and Tracy get increasingly out of control. They attempt to seduce Tracy's neighbor Luke, a lifeguard in his early 20s, who kicks them out of his house. Melanie decides to have a family Eve with Tracy, Brady, and Evie. Still, behind Melanie's back, the two girls attempt to get high on Hollywood streets. While getting drinks at a shop, Tracy is spotted by Mason, who is shocked when he sees Tracy wearing sexualized clothing, including thong underwear. Upon discovering the girls snuck out, Tracy and Melanie get into a screaming match at home. After the argument, Melanie makes a mess in the kitchen and rips the floor out of rage. Later, the girls take turns inhaling from a can of gas duster for electronics. Melanie attempts to break the girls' friendship by sending Tracy to live with her father. Still, he refuses and claims he is too busy. After Evie's stay extends over 2 weeks, Melanie unsuccessfully attempts to contact Brooke and then visits Brooke's home with Evie and Tracy. They find out that Brooke is hiding because of a botched plastic surgery. Evie asks Melanie to formally adopt her, but Melanie refuses. Angry and hurt, tearful Evie storms off. Later at school, Evie turns her friends against Tracy. Tracy slowly begins to realize the negative effects of her lifestyle when she is told that she will have to repeat the 7th grade. While walking home from school, Brady offers Tracy a ride and takes her home, where Melanie, Evie and Brooke sit quietly in the living room waiting for her. Brooke confronts Tracy about her drug use and stealing, having been convinced that Tracy is a bad influence on Evie. Outraged, Tracy insists that Evie is the instigator. Still, the skeptical Brooke refuses to listen and announces that she is moving Evie to Ojai to keep her away from Tracy. Melanie defends Tracy's innocence, but then Brooke pulls Tracy's sleeve up to show Melanie Tracy's self-harm scars. After a screaming match, Brooke and Evie leave. Tracy weeps in Melanie's arms and attempts to fight against her mother's embrace. She tearfully pleads with Melanie to let go, but Melanie persists, and the two fall asleep together on Tracy's bed. The last scene depicts Tracy spinning alone and screaming on a park merry-go-round during the daytime.